Hi, guys. Riot Podcast here.
Happy whatever day you're listening, but for us, it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Weird smell. What is that?
Cookies? Cooking?
Do you think it's cookies?
Maybe it was the heat. Maybe it was something.
Maybe there's a cookie stuck in the vent. Wait, the other thing I was thinking the other day, hang on.
Do your shoes smell?
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, is it time?
It's weird. This is sudden. Like,
hey, your shoes will turn on you fast.
yeah, that's not a good.
It's
like,
not
I don't
good?
think it's like the worst smell, but I just like cross my legs so my foot's up closer to my face.
Yeah, get your shoes out of your face.
Well, I mean, yeah, but let's see. Is it both shoes? Let's find out here. Let's see. But this one's worse.
That one's worse?
You know
Maybe
what I think it is? I feel like they've gotten a good soaking in all the snow that's come through.
Oh, sure, in the rain.
Oh, man, I've had these shoes for
Put in
like
insoles.
19 months.
Yeah, but why don't you put in just new insides? Or put ones that cover up and then they smell nice.
Some odor eaters.
So, I didn't want to say it I didn't want to say the word odor. Didn't want it to be judgmental or condemning.
Look, the shoe itself is still structurally sound.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, say
flatter.
Is it?
Yeah, like if you look at the middle bottom, you have some integrity structure or some structure.
So what you're saying is that
like if you see the sides, you can see how there's been some wear and tear from it. But that's normal.
That I've been flattening them out.
That's what everybody does.
I walk on things and make them flat.
Yes, that's what everybody.
You're so fat, you flatten them out. That's what. Yep.
Okay. Well, enjoy the podcast, guys. You're going to have a lot of stuff in here because that guy over there is slightly sick with some sort of sinus pressure.
We think there's a barometric abnormality.
And literally everything he said this entire show this morning has had something that's just pushed it.
You know what? I feel like Nikki's getting very antagonistic.
I'm tired.
And I'm tired of it.
I'm tired after the whole morning.
I'm going to call it out, all right?
You enjoy the podcast, which will feature a lot of stuff from him. A lot.
Oh, seriously.
He's putting his shoes back on.
Yeah, they stink, I think. But I don't want to go buy shoes today. I'm not going to get shoes.
You don't have to.
Wait, okay, what about some Febreze? Put a little Febreze in them?
I don't think that'll. That's a
to
short-term solution to what is now a long-term problem.
What if I throw them in the washer? Did you ever do that with your shoes?
You can. You can wash your shoes.
Okay. You don't think that's going to work?
It depends on how bad is the smell.
Well, I don't know. Find
out, though. I'm not smelling your shoe. That is actually, I think, in the handbook. That is a rule. It's crossing the line.
You know what? I want to go to that HR meeting. You know what? Show me in the handbook where it says sticking my shoe in Nikki's face is wrong.
You're not
Show
allowed.
it to me. I don't see it in the handbook.
Unless it's for some sort of we raised so much money to support RadioU, I'm not doing it. And I got to drink out of your shoe. I'm not doing it.
I had to raise so much money, and now I have to wear Obadiah's shoe like it's a feed bag for a week.
Can we just let the podcast start?
Because
there's going to be a lot more of what all this is.
Enjoy the podcast.
Okay?
Fine.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Kind of sorry, but enjoy.
Awful. Terrible. Horrible. Pathetic. Someone grab me a thesaurus. I'm gonna need more words to describe how bad these guys are. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So over the last, let's say, 48-ish hours, I've been trying to figure out why, Nikki.
Yeah.
Why is that s'mores cereal, the honey-made s'more cereal that's in the break room right now, why is it so good?
Why is it like something you really latched onto?
I just, like you roll over at night and you're like, well, how long till I can get to where the box is?
But you just started eating it. It's one of the newer cereals you found, so
about 48 hours ago.
It really grabbed a hold of you.
Right. And so I've been trying to figure out what?
What is it that you like so much?
I finally figured it out. See, all of those cereals that we've been eating forever, they're all from General Mills. And what do they all say on the box? It's right there on the box. They're bragging about it. They're pushing an agenda. What's it say?
I don't.
When I tell you, you'll be like, yep.
Is it something about it's whole wheat or it's all?
Whole wheat is the first ingredient.
Yeah.
And so you turn over the box and it's like, yep, sure enough, whole wheat's the first ingredient. That's why these Lucky Charms have all this kitty litter in it.
But it's why, when I was younger and I was still at home, my mom was like, no, we're not going to get it unless it had to have whole wheat as the first ingredient.
Right.
Which is why they started doing that more. They were like, no, if it's got sugar first, you can't have it.
Well, Nikki, let me tell you what is the first ingredient.
Is it sugar?
In the s'more cereal. It's just
no,
like
masking
boom,
it.
sugar. And I was like, this is it.
You're having a forbidden cereal.
This is it. Like, this is why it's so good.
Absolutely.
It's right there. Or like, sugar is the first ingredient. I'm just like,
No wonder you're addicted to it so fast.
It's so good. That's why I can't have it.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be.
You can enjoy it now. But
that's right. But when I find the bottom of that box, I can't just find another box.
people don't realize, too. They're like, well, maybe it can be every so often. No, it can't be.
Probably not.
You can't just tempt fate that way because then you'll fall back in the hole.
It's so good.
It was good.
It is. No.
It wasn't, to me, it wasn't as good, but it was better than I thought it would be.
Nikki, there's probably something wrong with you.
It
and
is.
if you want, we can go to urgent care after the show and we'll take the cereal box and explain.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with her taste buds. She doesn't think this is the best thing of all time.
I'm sure they'll prescribe these pills, and if you open up the pills, it's the cereal.
sugar pills?
No, it's the cereal crushed up in them. It's like they just pour it in there.
Either that or they'll be like, okay, we've got to do a tongue scraping. She obviously has some sort of a vegetable coating.
There's like a kale or something that has not left.
It's blocking.
It's the cauliflower.
We've got to strip this off and get things to where it belongs.
Well, were you in the break room eating your cereal? Is that why? Is that what I see on you?
No. This is atmosphere. It's dusty.
It's dusty. Okay.
It's dusty in here, and I was in the back cleaning.
Because you smell like a s'more.
No, I don't. That's me smelling like dust because I was cleaning. That's
By
what
the
this is.
campfire.
Maybe.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Oh, loneliness and cheeseburgers are a dangerous mix.
The Riot with Nikki.
Shut up.
Oh, don't tell me to shut up!
The Riot on Radio U.
So I don't know if you guys have got a chance to get a peek at the news lately, but that one person from that one thing did something a long time ago that they're in trouble for now.
Seems to be a common occurrence.
Every
day.
It's somebody new. Now, here's what that means. There are groups of people right now. Their whole job is to go digging for things that people did and whatever. They're looking for your yearbook. They're digging through your Instagram, MySpace. You're like, MySpace? Hey, whatever they can find. Whatever was before MySpace, they're looking at that. Like, they are looking for something that somebody did. Like, we have video of her dancing. She was having fun. Well, she can't be a public official. Did you hear what he said at the whatever with the people and the stuff? That was 50 years ago. Doesn't matter. You know, that once a this, always a this. And that is, I'm not actually trying to make a political statement. What I am trying to say is this. I feel like even in our own lives, other people, or maybe even ourselves, we look at something that we did however long ago and we say, well, once of that, always of that. Mm-hmm. And you know what? That's not how God sees things. God looks at you and says, you once were blank, but now you're going to be blank. Like, God is about change. You can actually change. You do not have to stay the way that you are. You do not have to be stuck. You do not have to be completely and always defined by that thing you did a long time ago. Now, people may never let you forget it. I can't fix that. I can't help that. But I'll tell you what, two people that will know for sure that you don't have to be defined by what you did however long ago is you and God. God absolutely loves you. He accepts you as you are. But he loves you enough not to leave you that way. So look, I don't know what people are telling you that you are. I don't know what you've been telling yourself that you are. But I know this right now, God, who made everything, including you, says that things can change. They can. And look, if you don't have a relationship with him, that's where your change starts. He wants to start a change from the inside out. Are you going to look the same today? Yep, you are. But something inside you is going to change. God is going to bring life to something that you didn't think could ever live. Say, Jesus, I want that. I want you to come into my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want you to forgive me for things I've done. And I want you to change me because I know I need to change. I mean, that's a great start. You got other stuff going on? Like, hey, I don't know how to... You know what? Just talk to God about it because he has forgiven you and he's not going to hold whatever that one time with the place and the people against you.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I'm looking for a way to size people up and quickly dismiss them or quickly celebrate them. So here's what I want to do. I want us to all instead of worrying about the color of our skin or our hair or where we got our degree from or whatever, I just want to start judging people solely on what streaming services they use.
And that's how we can tell.
So here's what I think we're going to do. I'm going to have everybody, you wear a shirt, and on that shirt you put everything that you're currently subscribed to.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and then I'll decide. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of categories because there's like, okay, you've got Netflix, you're okay, but you've got Netflix and that golf streaming service. So that cancels each other out. So you're just a norm.
Or are you more like people can tell if you're just picking one, like, oh, you're a Hulu person, or oh, you're an Amazon Prime, or are you a peaceful person if you're having everything?
And then somebody walks around in a plain white shirt and you don't know what they are.
Well, they're stealing from. They still have logins from other people.
Somebody
they're
walks
not
around.
paying
They
currently,
just,
but they have it all.
they just have a skull and crossbones on their shirt, and you're just like,
That's what it is.
you know what? I kind of respect that, and yet at the same time, you're part of the problem.
It's like you have a picture of your mom. It's like, see her shirt. That's what you
my
got.
favorite
That's what you
possible answer. There's a picture of your mom, and it's like, I just use her passwords.
for everything. She even has HBO.
She's the best.
She's got all of them.
I don't ever want to grow up. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, so forever, you live in your parents' house because at least they have cable. And that was incentive. Like, I'm going to live with my parents, I get cable. Now you can move out on your own, and you can still leech your parents' cable with their passwords.
You can still have all of it. I mean, in turn, you're their tech, like the tech person.
Yeah.
So you are helping them with stuff, probably.
Man, if you could just figure out a way to stay on their insurance and get
Yeah, that doesn't last long.
done. Like, that's everything.
Well, then you just still stay in the house with them.
Oh, Andy says, oh, I'll admit, I'm a Netflix and Crunchyroll subscriber.
That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, Andy, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to create a subcategory just for you. Like, I mean,
You got both.
like, you're better than just Crunchyroll, but not as good as somebody that was like straight Netflix. And, well, anyway, I'm just looking for ways to judge people. Nikki and I were talking about off air the fact that Captain Marvel is going to be the very first movie that on the Disney service goes straight to the Disney service, like the Disney streaming service.
So instead of it going to Netflix, which the other Disney stuff does, this will go straight to Disney Plus.
Because the last Marvel movie that went to Netflix was Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Which just came, like
that
a few
came out
weeks.
last summer. So,
Well, yeah, but like it came on Netflix a week or so ago.
So ask yourself this question for what it's worth. You guys know there's been a big gap in Marvel movies, right? The last movie was Ant-Man and the Wasp, which was last July. And our next Marvel movie's in March. They haven't gone that long without a Marvel movie in forever.
Was that on purpose?
Do you think?
Were they waiting out the other deals?
Do you think they were waiting for some deals to
Probably so.
expire? Am I being too conspiratorial,
I don't
or is
know.
it real?
We'll have to find out. So Disney said that they'll reveal more on Disney Plus, the app, on April 11th.
Okay.
So that's the day you'll learn more about it.
Zach said Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Funimation. I'll tell you what I'm judging you as. You're the rich kid in the bunch. You have everything. You have everything. Throw in a little CBS All Access, and you're like, you got it all.
When you're
throwing money away.
Outside of the free couple of months you get, then, you're spending money.
The Riot.
All right, pace yourself because you're going to have to do this all day for very little money.
Radio U.
Right now, there's a war within me, Nikki. And I'm not talking about Taco Tuesday.
So what's the war within you?
My body cannot decide whether or not it wants to get sick. It keeps thinking about it.
Walking the line.
It keeps revving up to it. It keeps whatever, but no. So like today I woke up raging sinus headache. And the thing I told my body was like, you're not getting sick. And now I've reached the point where I was like, look.
Could be, just decide. If you're going to get sick, get sick.
One or the other, okay?
But pick it. None of this wishy-washy stuff.
We're either going through it or we're going past it.
See, I don't think that's the case.
But you need to quit.
No, I think it's allergy stuff. It always feels like it's sickness, but it's allergy stuff.
Man, I am so tired of it. We should take some drugs.
Because like half the country's like, it's 10 below, and then you're like, it's 70 now, and your body cannot go back.
You actually might be right.
Like your body can't go back and forth, and when it switches, that's when our allergy stuff tends to just come back out.
Yeah, my head hurts so bad this morning. For real.
You know what you need?
Some ibuprofen.
Some cereal.
No, it's not that.
You want some s'more cereal?
Just have
you want
a
to
little.
put one of the marshmallow balls up your nose, like on each side, and see if it heals it?
Yeah, I'm sure that the dust will clear out any swelling that is taking place in there.
It'd be great. Just breathe out of your mouth.
I guess what I'm saying is I want to know if anybody else is in that world. So you can text me 877-2RadioU.
Is there something going on? I saw a couple flu things, but that's not it.
No, it's not that. And I got the flu shot, so you can never get the flu when you get the flu shot.
Oh, you just get the other thing.
Right? Okay. But I don't know. Like, I'll tell you this. Like, I just want to go ahead and put the word out. I'm tired of it.
Oh, I know.
And I would like for us to just wrap it up.
Okay.
So,
writing all this down.
Yeah, write it down.
Come on, Obi's body. Get into this.
I'm going to need you. Well, Nikki,
I'll
what I
read
was
this
thinking
back
is...
to you later.
Yes, because I had a conversation with my sinuses a couple times over the last few days, and my thought is that since they don't seem to be listening to me...
Hope I'm in there. I'm in the game.
Remember yesterday when I said I really respect your opinion?
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe my body will feel that way, too.
Yes, it'll know there's new management just for this moment.
We got to wrap it up, guys.
Let's see. Erica says sinus stuff comes with the change in the barometric pressure with the changes in the weather.
Just take decongestant or Mucinex to help relieve the sinus pressure. Some of the allergy sinus medicine sprays can help as well, like Rhinocort.
What is
You know
that?
what I don't like about Rhinocort?
Is that
it's
a
like,
sinus thing?
Hey, look at you, big nose. Have some rhino stuff for your nose.
Rhino nose. It makes sense.
I know.
Let's see. Keith says, I feel your pain this morning, Obi. Woke up with a sinus headache.
A low pressure front.
Let's say it how he texted it.
Hashtag
stupid low pressure front. Thank you, Keith, for going through that.
Mike says, start taking emergency. That'll fix you right up. Angela said, when I was 16, I moved from Florida to Ohio really fast, within a week, and I was very sick for about 6 weeks just because of the temperature and altitude change.
Yeah, it's just your body doesn't know what to do.
Well, Nikki, I'm struggling.
I know you are. You want to go get some coffee?
Yes, I do.
Go get your coffee.
Let's have some coffee, and so we'll start with some ibuprofen.
There's cookies still in there. What?
No, daggone it.
You could be learning jujitsu right now, or how to drive a race car, or do anything productive with your life, but no. You're listening to the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Do you guys know where we are on Taco Bell? I think as both a show and a society, as a show, we're leading the way to hopefully see change happen in society. I keep reminding people Taco Bell is actually a medical procedure that you go and pay for.
It's not. It's fine. It's not. But
it is.
It's to him it is.
It
but
is.
It's not.
You stop by Home Depot or Lowe's, you get the plastic that you put on the floor, and you get a flat of water bottles. You put those in the bathroom. You spread it all out.
Then you have at it.
Then you start eating the Taco Bell. And then when everything's done, you can just roll up the plastic and throw it away or burn it. And you're like, don't burn plastic, environment. No, don't worry.
That's the worst part you could have at it.
This is something where it's really okay to do that. Taco Bell, and yet another fit of desperation, is joined up with yet another desperate thing, and that's T-Mobile.
Well, they had the Super Bowl commercial, which was like a Taco Tuesday, but instead it was like a T-Mobile Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. But
I didn't know if that was just for the commercial, like for the Super Bowl, or is that how long is it supposed to last?
I don't know how long it lasts, but I do know this, that you can walk into Taco Bell and get a free taco every week if you're a T-Mobile customer.
On Tuesday or just any day?
I think it's on Tuesdays. Let's see. Free T-Mobile customer, T-Mobile Tuesdays app. Yep. So it must be on Tuesdays. So you go and get yourself a free...
I've never been a part of T-Mobile.
Well, they're constantly giving things away, which either tells me that it's so great there or things are really bad.
I just think because they're a distance behind Verizon and AT&T.
Right.
So I think they just have to come up with incentive stuff. And who doesn't like a taco?
You know, the question becomes, like, what do they have their own network or do they piggyback on somebody's network?
I thought they all piggyback anyways off of everybody.
Because
you just don't realize it.
One of the things that I have looked at is like some of these smaller wireless carriers that are way cheaper. If you look at it, I don't even understand what the big deal is because
they're still using the bigger ones stuff.
You know, it's like you're paying $30 a month, but you're using Verizon services. And it's like, well, you know, do you like maybe get bumped to the back of the line? Like if calls are getting dropped, do yours get dropped first?
Who's
like
making calls? Who knows?
Like how does this work exactly, really? Like what's the catch?
What's the trap with it?
Because again, like you're paying with some of the big carriers, you're paying a lot. And if you're using the same services, I don't know.
Listen, you would be using T-Mobile, and that's going towards tacos on Tuesday.
I want you to know that the mentality that I just used is how Taco Bell buys meat. They're like, you know, we could go and buy those other meats, but really, this leftover meat, we're just going to grind it up.
It's the same cow from the other ones.
Besides, it's all going to the same place, if you know what I mean. So have a taco, put down the plastic, and you're welcome.
Well, if you're a T-Mobile customer, if not, I think that's why they're trying to get you on over.
Come on over. Obadiah, we'd love to see you in T-Mobile.
I think they're like, here, we'll give you a taco. Give us all your information.
You
Okay.
wear T-shirts. How about a T-Mobile?
The Riot sees gas station hot dogs as part of a balanced breakfast.
Is that bad?
Well, not good.
It's the Riot on RadioU.
I am getting straight up just concerned about Nikki, guys.
Oh, no.
I'm getting concerned.
No, I think there's something. Maybe it's the cookie you had this morning. You had like a breakfast cookie?
Okay, first off, no, don't turn it back around on me, okay?
I think it is.
Don't. First, you're accusing me in front of everyone of eating cookies for breakfast.
It's a breakfast cookie.
There was no sugar added, all right?
Yeah,
it was a banana-based
but in a cookie form.
Cookie that looks like a cookie, doesn't taste like a cookie. It doesn't bring good feelings like a cookie.
Somehow during that last song, it just smelled in my nose, which could also be worrisome.
Okay.
It smelled like a fresh, warm baking cookie,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like in the oven currently. And I don't see any fresh baked cookies.
Okay.
I don't think there are any in the oven.
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
One is when you say a fresh baked cookie,
Like it's baking.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's real. Like when you put a cookie in the oven and then it smells like it's warm and giving you a hug.
It's not one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm working on a fresh baked cookie and I got to take it to the oven.
Ruin everything.
Hey,
Why?
I am trying to
Unpack
clearly
this?
communicate with you. So I just want to make sure that you're not like, oh, fresh baked cookie. I got to get to.
No, I mean it smelled like for a moment someone was baking cookies.
Okay.
Don't see everything's going to sound like a. Stop it! Everything will.
All right. Who in here is baking cookies? Who is it?
We cannot have a productive conversation about this. We're not going to be able to.
No, that's not true. Now, here's the other question that I'm going to ask you that you're going
Yes.
to get super upset about, but I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. Uh-huh. Did you touch a cookie and then pick your nose?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because the thing is, like, you touch a cookie, then you pick your nose, and then it's warm in there. And so the particles of cookie begin to warm in your nose and then waft into, you know, your olfactory nerve, and they start sending the baking cookie signal.
I was just worried that maybe these desks, like our studio stuff, this desk has hot spots at different points of it, and I wasn't sure if we put a cookie or your breakfast cookie or I don't know what, and it hit a hot spot and it would be melting or like it's baking in here. That's just all I was wondering.
I do not see any cookies right now.
Or maybe there's like trash, and sometimes the trash smells like.
Okay, we'll take a look
in
in there. You see any cookies?
No, but there is it does smell. It's not very good.
What's it smell? Okay, because I was going to say,
trash.
then the question,
Smells like trash.
The question really becomes is like, if the baking cookie smell was coming from the trash,
would I eat it?
Would you take a little something out of the trash?
I'm not a hot dog that eat myself. It's not that. Would you eat the cookie?
Out of the trash that was fresh
baked? No, I would
baked?
not eat it.
I
Oh,
might.
well, how would it be fresh baked? If they just toss them in there?
Remember, this whole thing
It's not real.
is a big theoretical question.
real.
There's no cookies here.
You sure? I'm going to the break room to see. What if
Okay.
something's wrong and we don't know and we don't go in and look? What if someone is in there?
See, the fact that you've been telling me that, like, ooh, I think someone's baking cookies, and you're going to leave the studio.
It's a trap.
It's
a trap.
Oh my gosh, that's it. It's a honey trap.
You're going to first. Don't let me out the door. Don't let me out the door.
Out the door.
It is a trap.
And I'm going to see somebody grab Nikki and run off, and I'll be like, oh, she really did smell baking cookies.
I smell a little better than you most days. So what if I'm just locked in on it, and they know that I'll go for it first?
Okay. Well, you go check it out. I'll be here.
Just keep an eye out. Will you hold the door open so I can run back in?
No, I need the door shut so that if they grab you, I can call the police.
Not get you.
Well, if they get me, then no one's going to call the police.
Just really smelled like cookies.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki has been nabbed. I'm here alone.
I know I'm here.
Oh, there she is.
I didn't fall for it.
Sorry, she had her head down eating out of the trash can.
Stop saying stuff like that. People are going to think, will you quit it? Watch what you say. Will you stop it? Come on. People take everything that you say to heart.
All right. You know what? It's time for us to come clean. I've been vaping a cookie. What do you... Cartridge.
A cartridge?
Whatever you call it. I don't even know. I'm not cool enough to vape. Or
no,
Juul.
No.
Or...
That's a trap, too.
See, there's just traps everywhere.
Everywhere you go. It's cookies a trap. That's a trap. Everything's a trap.
At the end of the day,
the whole weekend you should be going trap, 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 trap.
It's all traps. And what do they want? They just want you to fall in so they can take your money.
Pretty much.
That's the whole system. Even going to the movies is a trap. They're just like, here, come in, we'll take your money.
They get you with the popcorn.
Do I smell popcorn right now?
And in the hole you go.
Dude, I'm going to the movies this weekend probably.
Have you been keeping up with it since you joined the movie program?
One movie last week.
Okay.
I haven't been to the movies this week. And
Are you scheduling them, though? Because can't you still use your tickets during the week?
Yeah, I can, but there's only so many movies.
Well, you can schedule like months ahead.
I'll tell you what, I've already got my Captain Marvel ticket. I've got it. It's for IMAX at like 1 o'clock on the Friday it releases. And yes, I'm going completely alone. I have a great seat. Oh, well.
Perfectly fine.
So I'm done. I'm done trying to get, hey, will you go? No.
No, you don't want to.
I'm like, whatever. I got a ticket. Like, I'm going.
Okay,
so,
I just didn't know if you were.
That's the only one I've scheduled out for. I thought about getting one for Battle Angel Alita. Does anybody even want to see that movie? I don't
What is
want
that
to
one?
see. The one where the girl has real big, weird eyes. See?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
From the not Peter Jack Gear.
It's not him either. It's the Desperado.
Spy Kids guy.
Yeah, that guy. Robert Rodriguez. Boom! Woo! We're the best. We are the best.
Number one.
So I'm going to see that movie, but I think it looks terrible.
You are?
Yeah.
That's going to look odd.
Why does she have to have big, weird eyes?
Well, I mean...
Because she's a robot.
You got to have some differences, I guess. We're all different.
Nikki, that's fine, okay? If she was just a person and I was like, why does she have big, weird eyes? Then that's on me. Okay?
That's your ugliness.
That's my ugly coming out, okay? But they have spent like $1 billion giving her those big, weird eyes.
They're supposed to make it seem like that.
She's a robot.
That's their artistic take on it. But it is supposed to be like visually kind of interesting to see.
All right. Well, Jared and Daryl both think that movie looks really good. They say Battle Angel Alita looks good.
You got yourself quite a crew, don't you?
There it is.
You guys are all going to go see it.
Listen, you know what? Here's the thing. Me not wanting to really see it, but I'm going to go anyway, but like not wanting to, that's $1 billion movie. It's going to make gangbusters. It's going to be huge.
No, I don't think that movie will make anything.
All right. Well, you thinking that might help me a little, but
I don't think it's going to make anything. But we'll see what happens.
I don't know. There's something about it. They've been making that movie. I'm not kidding. When James Cameron released Titanic like 1 billion years ago, he was talking about wanting to make this
movie. And what is it called again?
It's called Battle Angel Alita. It is based on an old manga. Manga. I pronounce it incorrectly on purpose.
Manga. It's a manga, though. But yes, Jason texted, said big eyes were done to match the manga.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They can manga on out of here.
good. You're going to go
Good
teach.
one, dude. Good one.
I wanna support
are
you,
the best.
You're just so good.
I listen for things like that. It's just gold.
Talking about the best movies. Going to go see the best movies.
I don't even remember what we started talking about.
Sure, the Riot could start eating healthy, or they could continue living happy, enjoyable lives. The Riot on RadioU.
So I promise this is the last movie thing until we talk about movies again. But
Let's still be clear for a few minutes.
okay, you guys know I signed up for that Stubbs
AMC.
A-list, so I can go to the movies 3 times a week and et cetera, whatever. They have, what do I pay? $20 a month for that. And it's so worth it. I've had it for 3 weeks, maybe. This is my 4th week of having it, and I've been to the movies 5 times. So,
and that was coming off months of like nothing,
right? So
no theater.
That's not so bad. So they are offering this other thing now. Here's the thing that bugs me is I can't get a price on this thing, but they're offering a thing where you buy a tub of popcorn, for I don't even know how much. But then it's refillable for the rest of the year for $4. So I would pay, let's say it's $30. I don't know how much it is.
Sure.
And then for $4.50 every time I go, I can fill it up with popcorn and have popcorn for $4 every time I go to the movies.
I never recall, because I know popcorn's so expensive, but do we ever really look at the price? Is it like $20 or something for the popcorn combo? If you were to get an actual tub of popcorn, 20.
Yeah, see, I don't know that either, because again, when you go,
they never put the prices.
They don't put the prices up anywhere.
And then you're like, you don't want to say anything when they tell you it's $30 when you're checking out, and you're like, what? I just got popcorn.
Yeah. So
but I guess I'd be curious compared to what is that normal tub of popcorn. And then do you have to keep the tub? Do you have to bring it back? Or do you just...
Yeah, you do. I'm sorry.
You have to keep the tub for a year?
It's so funny that question really caught me off.
No, because then are you washing it out?
Well, yeah, you take it home, wash it out, bring it back.
Bring it back? I'm not bringing a tub every time I go to a popcorn tub. I'm going to the movies.
You shove all kinds of snacks in your purse. Put the tub in your purse.
The tub is not fitting in my purse.
Eric will carry the tub.
I just think that's weird to remember the tub.
Look at how big your purse is. Okay, that's your lunch bag, but still.
My purse is right, it's bigger. I would think you would just have a little card, and then you would get a new fresh tub every time.
I like your version better.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just to be clear.
I'm not that tub will not last a year of use. With washings.
Oh, it could. No. It's plastic, though. I mean, it's not
it's a commemorative tub? Is it the paper tub?
All right. I see. This is coming into focus a little bit.
Thank
you. I'm getting it. No, it's a plastic tub.
That's an important detail.
Yeah, it is. So,
okay.
And it's tied to your Stubbs membership, because you can get, for your $4.50, you fill the tub, but then you can fill it again.
Ooh.
But that's on the same visit only.
So it's free the second time. I would usually make Eric go get the refill, and then you could take the popcorn home with you.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time.
You're like, yay, I got more popcorn.
Yeah, so.
I think they're banking on the fact that you'd forget your tub.
How often, okay. Do you think first off, pretend that Eric's going to take care of everything.
Sure.
Is it worth it?
No, because the zoo tries to get me with that every year, because at the zoo in our area, you can get these refillable plastic drinks that feature the animal of the season. Mm-hmm. And I never remember to bring it. And then if you do, you realize it's just, they're not offering a whole lot of drinks you really want.
Yeah.
But I never remember to bring them.
I'll tell you what, if they offered something like this on soda, I would probably do it, because they have freestyle machines.
You go into the movie theater just to go in. I'm here for my soda, not to see a movie.
Dude, Brandon, listen to this guy. He says you should use crock pot liners when you take it.
That's
brilliant.
We need to talk to your mom, because your mom taught you that. I feel
Look
like
at
that's
you, Brandon.
Very good. Very good idea.
Oh, wait a minute. Matt says there's a gas station here in Michigan where you buy a gallon-sized bucket with unlimited refills for a year for $10.
A gallon-sized bucket of what? Of popcorn?
Is he talking about soda? He's got to be talking about soda, right? Is that, or is it popcorn?
If not, I'm worried.
I don't know any gas stations that have popcorn, so.
Maybe it is soda. Is it gas? Is that what you're
I just
getting?
pour gas into this gallon, and then I pour it in here.
Do you
back
guys,
and forth.
Is that the new way to do it, by buckets?
I want to be. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to, because I don't like popcorn that much. Like, I know some people are like, I can't go to the movies without popcorn. I don't need it that bad. I don't. I can.
do.
You need it? Mm-hmm. See, I can go to the movies and not eat or drink anything.
What do you... I was going to say a camel, but...
I'm a loss leader. I go in there...
You're actually going for the movie?
Watch the movie, leave. That's it.
The popcorn's supposed to pacify you for the whole time and, like, keep you quiet and keep you docile and, like, keep you enjoying the movie that you wouldn't have liked anyways.
I always feel like popcorn makes me sick anyway.
Yes, because it's terrible for us. It's bad, but and so is the butter. That's not butter.
It's not butter.
Okay, well, we've said too much about our thoughts.
We're done. Because if we don't stop now, we're going to keep going.
We're oversharing today.
We thought about selling the worst of the riot, but let's be honest, no one is buying this stuff. Get it for free on the RadioU app.
Your coffee smells good.
It does smell good, doesn't it? Nikki, just a heads up, the Power Wheels Barbie camper has a recall on it.
Aww.
So I know that you play with yours a lot.
What is it? Power
Wheels Barbie.
Barbie camper.
So just be aware of the fact that that's a thing. Now, I told you guys we would come back and talk about Obadiah syndrome. And it is a real problem in workplaces around the United States.
But it doesn't actually have the title of Obadiah syndrome.
No, I'm calling it that.
You're coining it that?
Mm-hmm, I'm calling it that. This recent survey is pointing to an issue that we're all having, or a lot of Americans are having, this Obadiah syndrome, and it's an overworking syndrome.
Oh, is it?
It is. They say the average American is working between 9 and 10 hours a day.
Oh, no.
And they're spending 9 hours staring at screens for work-related things.
Work-related things.
Yep.
The whole day work-related things.
Mm-hmm. And they say that the average employed American is working about 4 hours a week for free. You're not getting paid for it. Yeah. And so...
you're right to put your name on that, because we worry about you all the time with it.
I mean, when you guys listen, don't you hear someone that sounds overworked?
Don't you hear someone that has put in 4 extra hours at least?
Each week?
Each week. That's what you're hearing.
Okay, so...
That's the professionalism.
Mm-hmm. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a stand against Obadiah syndrome, and today we're just going to take it easy.
Take it easy today?
Yeah,
you get your 4 hours back somehow?
Yeah, well, I mean, that we're going to leave right now. Because you figure...
No, you still have to stay at work, but you're just not working.
Oh, okay. So I like the sound of that. You know what you should do? Ooh, I got it. Remember how you hear about those people every once in a while who've like built an apartment at work? They've got like a TV in there and all this stuff. And they yeah, like the transit worker or the guy at Walmart that had built himself a little apartment like back in the toy aisle or whatever. Just do that.
Could have that
just
here.
Figure out a way. Like, there's got to be some. What about backstage at RadioU TV? Nobody goes back there. I'll just be back there.
It's just our Christmas stuff.
And
you like that stuff.
I'll sit there with the snowman and the penguin, and I'll take my laptop and we'll watch YouTube for a few hours.
Sounds good. And then you've got your 4 hours reclaimed back.
Yeah. But I'm going to need to do that every day.
Every day?
Well, I've been working for a long time.
Oh,
and
you gotta, yes, I see what you're saying.
There's a lot of hours went out there. So, hey, today, I want everyone, even if you're a student, you're like, I don't have a job right now. Well, you know what? You're going to take an early stand against Obadiah syndrome, and you're going to take some time today because...
You're paying to go to those classes.
You still go to class, but I'm talking about, in the afternoon or something. You're going to take it easy. You're going to give yourself a break. Because remember, you know what? If you don't take care of yourself, nobody's going to take care of you. All right? You got to put yourself first. The world owes you something. All right? They owe you things.
Oh, that's not a good attitude to have going into that.
That's not it. That's another syndrome.
You won't have a job.
Food fights, band interviews, Twitter fights. How else would you want to start your morning?
I feel traumatized, bruh. And now I'm tweeting about you, bruh. And now you're trending, bruh. And now your life is ruined, bruh. And now you're fired, bruh.
It's the Riot on RadioU.
I didn't play it, or I haven't yet. Red Dead Redemption 2. But I want you to know that everybody else played it.
Even if it's just to ride the horses around.
They have now quoted the people at Take-Two Interactive, and they published it. They say they've sold 23 million
copies of it. Not
of
surprised.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
People seem to really like it.
Which they say that it sold about 11 million copies in the first 24 hours. What?
That's a lot.
Crazy.
A lot of money.
And then,
makes me wonder how much does it cost to make that game then? To make the game and its advertising for it. Like, what's its budget, like, in total compared to what does it actually make?
I don't know the answer to that, but I sure would like to know, right? So let's see. If you take 23 million times 60, you end up with $1,380,000,000.
Jeez,
so that's
numbers. That's something.
Saying if everybody paid $60 for it. I can tell you this. That game didn't cost $1 billion to
make or advertise for its marketing.
So they've made some money at this point, but this game has made more than Aquaman. So everybody's ranting and raving about Aquaman. It's done better than
There's
Aquaman.
Not like what is it for movies? They make a lot of money on the merchandise. There's not like merchandise for a lot of video game stuff. Are they making like Nintendo maybe? Like little toys and things, accessories,
might end up with
but
something. But that's all like a collector's market.
Okay.
It's not something that
it's not mostly Nintendo. But I didn't think Xbox and PlayStation, like they're not making money too on like, oh, here's the Red Dead Redemption 2 accessory pack.
No, like you might get the closest you would get to something like that is where they would sell collector's editions of the game.
So for far more money.
And I have not researched what those collector's editions are, but they did exist. So I don't know what exactly came with them.
You
so
get
that's
a horse, a real one.
No, but you would get stuff like, oh, you got a digital horse that is faster than the standard game horse, or a lot of times they'll do stuff like that. And just to be clear, now that's their new game, right? 23 million copies. They made over $1 billion on it. Their game that is now, I don't know how old Grand Theft Auto 5 is. That made $243 million just in the fourth quarter of last year.
But it's so old too, so it still rakes in money.
That's right.
We're in the wrong. We should be the RadioU video game.
Business. Come on.
Video games seem to be where a lot of money is.
Man, I don't know how to make a video game. Just take all of the skill that would be required to code it and create it.
You don't need to do that.
I don't even have an idea for it.
You use a studio for that, all right? I see behind the big desk.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like Kurt Schilling?
Telling people what to do.
Isn't he the guy that lost all of his money, the baseball player, because he was like, we're going to make an MMO, and it just fell apart?
I don't know about him.
Yeah, I think that was him. You know what, Nikki? I'm probably just going to end up having to just keep buying used copies. Steam's having a lunar sale right now. Maybe I'll pick something up on the cheap.
Maybe.
That's probably about as far as it's going to get.
You're still helping the gaming community, though. You're still paying money.
Wish the worst of the riot would never end?
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
What is wrong with you? Get our daily podcast through iTunes, Google Play, or the RadioU app.
It is the riot. He's stretching.
I just need to wait. I got to get it all out.
Keep going.
I don't know that I'm done, but we'll see.
You need to put your arms overhead. Like, I didn't feel like that was a complete stretch.
Yeah, you're not done. I'll tell you what's the best way to stretch. You just lay down on a nice hard floor and just really let your back work itself out and flatten out. That's great. Just a really great way to go.
Not right for when you're working, but still, like maybe during a song.
Yeah, I've told you, Nikki, if you don't take care of yourself,
then you're not going to be here.
Nobody's going to take care of you. It is tough out there for a professional cuddler because, you have some weeks, numbers are up. A lot of people need cuddled. A lot of people need you to be there and add support and stuff. But then you have other weeks.
Tough.
Then you have other weeks where things are down, which is why, Nikki, I've told you got to diversify.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't put all of your cuddles in one basket. You got to spread them out.
Well, we've read articles on like cuddle parties, and that can get weird.
Right, but that's a non-professional setting. That's an amateur cuddling.
I've seen some documentaries online on like in Japan, you can hire someone to come sit with you, or they can hang out with you, and it's not like in a weird way, but. To our society, it might seem that way, but to their society, when you maybe don't have, like, no one's having boyfriend, girlfriends, like getting married or anything, but you want to just be around company.
Somebody.
Yeah, somebody without, the relationship, then it's not as odd in different countries. So what type of cuddling are we talking about?
Well, no. That's the thing is, like, I'm saying that cuddling's fine, whatever, but, like, you've got to have another profession. Like, you're cuddling. I'm not saying it's a side job, but maybe it's like, cuddling part-time, and then you got to do this other thing.
A party clown or what?
Well, that's an option. Okay, it is. But I'm reading here an article about Daniel. Daniel is in the UK. And so he does the cuddling thing, but then also he will come and clean your house naked. So,
just take the last part off. If you just want someone to clean your house, you're like, great, I don't have to clean. It's just the naked part. Can you have clothes on?
Do you think you charge more? Okay, but all right.
I think it should be less.
That's what I think.
Yeah, listen, I don't want someone naked cleaning the house.
I have a stranger walking around my house naked cleaning. I'm going to feel like I need that place cleaned after you leave.
And I would think when you're, like, if someone's cleaning your house, you don't, like, hang around. So.
Oh, no, he says that people hang out and talk and, like, and Nikki, here's the thing is, he says the weirdest part about it is, like, it's just not weird.
It is. So, sorry, what's his name again?
But Nikki, his name's Daniel.
Daniel?
But the thing is, remember how you were talking about other cultures and societies? Do you think maybe
I think the naked thing is across the world.
What if you're making it weird?
A majority would be weirded out.
All right, but is the majority always correct?
Yes, in this case. With naked
just
stuff.
In this one? Okay.
Yes.
All right. You just hire a guy to come clean your house naked.
And just be like, my eyes are closed. I can't see you.
How much do you think? I mean, the thing is, though, like, okay, here's the other thing that's great, which gives me some hope, is they say that it's not the, like, people don't want people to come and clean their house that are, like, supermodel caliber. They, like, really...
Everyday people?
Normal, average, yeah. So, like, I think that's me. Like, this could be...
Yeah, but you don't want to clean a house.
That's true.
So, I mean, is the person still cleaning, or is the fact that the person's naked, is that overshadowing, and then you're not really calling them out on the fact that they're not cleaning as well as they should be?
I've got it. All right. Naked coffee. All right. I will come to your house.
A barista?
I will come. No.
A barista?
I will. Yes, that's it. Okay. I will come to your house and sit naked, and we'll just drink coffee and talk. It's so weird.
It's still weird.
All right.
See, I think if you came over and you were, like, showing different methods of coffee brewing, like you were a teacher of that moment.
Yeah. But am I naked?
I don't see why anybody needs to be naked for any of this.
Okay,
why does anybody for the cuddling thing, for the
No, he's
coffee?
not a naked cuddler, and that's very unprofessional.
I mean, that's
or at least a different profession.
For, like, if you're just hanging out with someone, like, we're walking the line there, and then we're crossing it.
Way over the line.
Way over it.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to come up with, using what I already have, how can I leverage that towards,
money?
Some extra money.
Extra money.
Because, sometimes the cuddling market takes a dive.
Yes, it does. Danny says, all right, I need prices for this. So what prices are we talking about?
This guy, it looks like he's making probably about $50 an hour.
And you don't have a uniform, so you're not paying for that.
Yeah, I mean, like, your cost is low. You're going to have to buy supplies, and you're also going to need to look into getting cleaning supplies that are non-abrasive.
Yeah, the eco-friendly ones.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're gonna end up with some on your skin.
I don't even want to think about it. It's just weird.
Danny says nope. He probably thinks it's too cheap. Probably need to raise the prices.
I'm saying nope also, Danny. So no. All
right.
So sorry to the guy.
Hey, I didn't say I was going to do it. Mm-hmm. I just wanted us to evaluate it. And you're giving it a pass.
Oh, that's a for sure no.
That's a hard pass?
That is for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what?
For darn sure.
I'm really glad we talked about it.
Yeah, now everybody knows. Like, we're not for naked cleaning companies.
And I like the fact that we're maintaining a space where we can have these kind of conversations in a non-judgmental way and then come to a conclusion, which one might call a judgment, but we're not calling it that.
No, it's our decision.
We're not calling it that. We've decided that we're not going to do that. So thanks again, Nikki.
Glad we talked about this.
This was the worst of the riots, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because RadioU exists, and RadioU only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
I will come to your house and sit naked, and we'll just drink coffee and talk.